Today I'll be discussing the approach towards anatomy. To understand anatomy, you need to know that anatomy is a subject of both visual and factual memory, and you need to develop both of these simultaneously in order to attain a very good knowledge. Before I move on to the approach of the subject, it is obvious that it would require effort over a period of time to get good at it. You would need to be in a constant virtuous cycle where you're interested in the subject, you're answering correctly, and you're enjoying the process and getting into that flow state. The approach is quite simplistic. You will be first doing what is called the overview. Overview of the chapter would include going through the subtopics, flipping through the pages, and just understanding, getting a gist of what is going to be going on in the chapter, and just preempting your brain with the information that it is going to receive. The overview will have many advantages as you will know where you are going further with the subject. You will be locked in, you won't zone out while you are studying. And now that you have gotten a bird's eye view of the topic, you have seen all the diagrams, you have seen how the chapter will progress, the obvious next step is to do selective reading. Selective reading will boost your factual knowledge to the next level. This is because you have trimmed the chapter down just to a few bold words and you are re-repeating these words to yourself. So when you'll be in class or when you'll be in the lecture, you'll be hearing these words again, and that would reinforce your memory and make you recall these very subjects easily and make you fluent in whatever you have to present on your answer sheet or in your viva. After developing your factual skills, it is also time to move on to the visual skills. As I said in the beginning, that it is a game of both factual and visual knowledge. So, for the visual knowledge, you're going to pre-read. Pre-reading or memorization of the arteries or its various branches or veins or their tributaries before the dissection hall, before the actual dissection is going to take place, will make your brain take a snapshot of the moment that you were pre-reading. When you had opened the book before the lecture or the dissection hall and you saw a particular diagram and you memorized the arteries and its branches and you went to the hall and you saw the cadaver, you saw the exact branches coming out and the teacher asked you that what would be this, and you took an intelligent guess about a particular artery and you turned out to be right, that would boost your confidence, that would make you want to learn anatomy more than you did before. This is what I also meant by the virtuous cycle that you will be in. And after you have gotten both of these components in your grip, both the visual and the factual component in your grip, it is time to unleash them. And you will be doing this by explaining these topics to someone else. And this is the most powerful weapon that I could give you. This incorporates both passive and active learning, and this would interlace your brain to understand the topic completely in order to explain it to someone else. You won't be able to explain it to someone else if you haven't understood it yourself, which is why this explanation will give you the confidence and the language with which you can answer to both the teacher in the viva or in your answer exam sheet. This systematic way of approaching anatomy would incorporate both active and passive recall in your study regimen, and that would make you memorize stuff for longer. And this is all you'll ever need for this subject. If you're regular with this, if you're consistent throughout the year, nobody is stopping your distinction. All the best, do better.